Hello and welcome, I'm AmishZed and thank you for watching this video. DayZ recently became available on Game Pass, which has brought a lot of new players to the game, and to those new players I'd really like to extend a sincere welcome. DayZ, in my opinion, is a really special game where absolutely anything can happen. In my 8 years playing this game, I've had a lot of amazing adventures that only DayZ can provide. I've been robbed.
Oh, whoa, I'm cool.
Hands up.
Alright.
I've robbed people.
Stay where you are. Stay right there. Nope, turn around.
Yeah.
You're fine, dude. Just turn around, alright?
More than once.
No. Better than that. I'm gonna drink you.
You're gonna drink me, dude?
I've teamed up with heroes. I've teamed up with villains.
And you're gonna kill one of them.
No!
The devil, God, demons.
Be reborn! In the light of God!
A cult.
Well, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Toby, and this here to my left is Toby, and this here to my right is
Toby.
also Toby.
Oh, wow.
We are Tobys of the Wardens of the North.
I've even committed manslaughter with a megaphone.
That is a terrible reason to suicide. You have much to live for. Don't do it, young man. Okay, now jump.
The list goes on, and all of these experiences, which can be found on this YouTube channel, have just led to my obsession with this game, and none of it could have happened if I didn't know how to survive or how to enjoy this game, which brings us to the purpose of this video. I'd like to give new players a few simple tips for starting out, as well as a reference to some of the other more in-depth guides that I've made in the past. In this video, we're going to cover the basics of survival, how to learn about the map, medical system basics, an introduction into how gear spawns and how to best find it, and then we're going to talk about interactions and gear fear, which are two things that can drastically change the types of encounters and your experience in DayZ. Before we begin, just one more thing. Thank you all so much for watching these videos and for subscribing. We actually hit 15,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is absolutely insane. So thank you all so much for the support. And if you're new here, I hope you learned something from this video. If you do, please subscribe and maybe even pop over to Twitch to say hi in person. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do in DayZ is find some water, some food, and something to open up those cans of food, like a knife, a screwdriver, or a hacksaw, or even a regular old axe, although you're going to get a lot less food out of opening it with an axe. Knives can be found pretty much in any building or car, but if you're really struggling to find one, you can walk along hiking paths or train tracks to find small stones. Combine 2 small stones in order to make an improvised knife, which will open up cans of food, help you defend yourself, help you hunt, and help you craft other items. Common places to find food are boat wrecks along the coast, wrecked cars, greenhouses, dead zombies, or pretty much any civilian building. You can also kill animals or fish in order to get food. A fishing rod and a hook can be found, but it can also be crafted using only a knife. First, you want to cut a long stick from a big bush, then combine 12 rags in order to make a rope, combine the rope and the large stick in order to make a fishing rod, and then craft a hook out of an animal or human bone. You just got to dig up some worms using the knife that you found and the ground, and then combine everything together to use them to fish in any body of water. Hopefully you get luckier than this character and get some mackerel instead of parallelies. If you do decide to hunt or fish, you're obviously going to need to cook the food. You can craft a fireplace by cutting down a bush and then shaving some bark off of a tree and combining that stick and that bark in order to make a fireplace. A stick and bark can also be used to make a hand drill fire starter kit. Now you can roast your kill on a long stick and eat up. Next up, you're going to need to find some clean water. To do this, you're going to need to find out where you spawned. Now, I have several loot route guides for both Chernarus and Livonia to help you get to know the map. However, the easiest way to figure out where you are on the fly is by using a third-party map. All of the main roads will have road signs on the outskirts of town. Find this and then go to isurvive.com and use the search feature to figure out where you are. You can then find the nearest well on the map in order to get yourself a drink. Be sure to drink and eat even after the icon in the bottom right of your screen looks full. The only time you ever need to stop is if you get that stomach icon, which means that you're about to puke. You may find canteens or water bottles on your travels, which can be very useful. However, you never want to drink from one of these right away. Either look at the ground with the bottle in your hands to dump it out and then refill it at a well, or use water purification tablets in order to clean the water. Which is going to bring us to our next topic, the medical system. I'm not going to go too in depth about the medical system, but I will quickly tell you what the purpose of each medical item is. As I mentioned, chlorine tabs are used to purify water. These are super useful on Livonia because there are very few wells once you start to head south. Next up is charcoal tabs, which can be used to treat salmonella. Salmonella is caught by eating with bloody hands or by eating uncooked meat. Tetracycline treats cholera and other illnesses, and multivitamins are supposed to boost your immunity to prevent you from catching these illnesses, but it does seem to treat most of them right now. Codeine can be used to reduce the limp that you get while at low health, but morphine completely removes that limp for a limited time. Epinephrine can wake up an unconscious person instantly, but it also gives you infinite stamina for a limited time. So morphine and epinephrine are great things to have if you're in a losing firefight and need to escape right away. Finally, we have saline and blood bags, which can both be used to regenerate blood. Be careful with the blood bags though, because you need to use blood test kits to make sure you're giving yourself compatible blood, or else you could die. Last up, we have rags and bandages, which can both be used to stop bleeding. Bandages are much better though, because they patch you up a lot quicker than rags do, so you want to hold on to those and save them for potential firefights. Next up, let's talk about loot. That sweet, sweet loot. Once again, I'm going to refer you to one of my guides, How to Find the Best Loot in DayZ. It has a lot of really good information on building types, loot spawns, and the tiered loot system. The basics are that the map is divided into tiered loot sections, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Better guns are going to spawn further inland, so the further north or west you go, the better loot you're going to find. Getting off the coast can be a challenge for new players, but it will help you get better gear and help you learn the map as well. I recommend learning a few loot routes either from my guides or from Twitch streams. Honestly, I learned most of the map by watching the Running Mans and other streamers on Twitch. You see them go to a really cool location and then you make it your goal to find that location yourself and explore the area. Which is going to bring us to our next topic, which is gear fear and interactions. Because DayZ has no real endgame, it's best to always have some sort of goal in mind. Maybe that goal is to explore that location your favorite streamer told you about. Maybe it's to find a helicopter crash, build a car, or find a 20-round drum mag for the Saiga you found earlier. Without a goal, you can find yourself a bit bored, to be honest. I can't tell you how many times I've spawned in with a fully geared character and been a bit disappointed, because you feel like there's nothing left for that character to do, except for maybe get into a firefight, die, and then do it all over again. You should see spawning on the coast as an opportunity and a call to adventure, really not a loss. If DayZ has been on your radar, you've probably heard people tell you the #1 rule: trust no one. Now, I do not fully agree with this rule. Yes, you do need to be cautious and you need to keep your bullshit detector on high alert, but you shouldn't let fear of losing gear stop you from interacting with other players. You can always find more gear. Interaction is what makes this game so special. Now, I told you about some of the crazy adventures I had in DayZ at the beginning of this video, and none of those could have happened if I didn't risk my gear by speaking to those players. I've had people ask how I get some of those crazy encounters. To start, I'd say that you need to play on a full pop community server, but more importantly, you need to go and practice a bit of improv when interacting with these players. Just go with the flow, try to yes and them, and just see where the encounter will take you. DayZ is not all about PvP. You should think of every encounter you survive as a win. If you meet a player who tried to kill you and you run away, that's a win. If 2 players hold you at gunpoint and you're able to talk your way into surviving the encounter, that's also a win. Almost starving to death but finding a deer to kill, curing yourself of a disease, spotting a group of 5 players and just avoiding them entirely. These are all things that are wins in my opinion. It's really not about your kill-death ratio. Well, that does it for this beginner's guide to DayZ. If you enjoyed and learned something, please subscribe and check out my other guides, which do a much deeper dive into many of these topics. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to get to all of them. Or if not, I'll be happy to answer any questions verbally over on my Twitch channel. So thank you again so much for watching. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will talk to you guys later. Later, everybody.